Folks, this is ioEther and we're back playing some more World Tanks. So, before we actually get into this, I am going to pause this for a second. And I do want to apologize for not being here for the last like 3 weeks or something. As you may hear during this cast, I am sick. I haven't actually had a voice for about 2.5 weeks or something like that. And it's just getting back to the point where I can talk for more than about 10 minutes at a time. So I haven't been able to cast anything for way too long, and it's been getting on my nerves. So anyway, so next week I'm going to announce something I'm going to do about that to say sorry to you guys for not putting up videos for this long. And I don't know how well I'm going to be able to cast this. My voice is not feeling up to par, but I'll do everything I can to make this as entertaining as possible. So first off, let's adjust this mic so you can actually hear me, and let's take this one off so it doesn't get in the way. And now it's in the way. Isn't that lovely? I have totally planned this out, I swear. Anyways, so this is Btw 72 and is STA-1, and this I decided was going to be a great game to get back into the swing of things with. Let's get into Btw's view, and before we start off or anything, I just want to say that if you enjoy this video, please do hit that like button. It really does help me out. And of course, there was something else I always wanted to say, but I've forgotten it completely. Completely forgotten what my intro is like. Oh yeah, right. If you want to talk to me, Facebook, Ducks, or Twitter links are all in the description below, along with other links that I don't remember at this point in time. So, we start off by running up this, the 1-2 line. This is generally the places where the heavies go, but as we only have, what, 2 heavies on our team? And one of them seems to be going up the middle for reasons I don't understand. Is that our KV-1S up the middle? Oh, or it's our IS. Same difference. It's the same tank, right? Totally, it used to be. It's not anymore. So this is a 9.6 replay. I haven't actually played a whole lot of 9.6, which is of course why this is all vanilla World Tanks. When I get around to it, I do have to remember to actually install my mods, but that won't be for a little while, because I will guarantee I will forget for the first week or so that I've got that I get back into playing World Tanks. So that was obviously not going to be the right flank, because there was just way too much enemy pressure there and not enough friendlies. So Btw has decided that he's not going to go up there. He's going to fall back to somewhere more defensible, and I'm thinking he's going to set up a defense. Now, unfortunately, our scout has decided that the best place for him to be is behind our artillery, which is not the best place for a scout tank to be. Especially something as agile and fun to drive as an ELC. Enemy LTTB has decided to charge up and start killing our T-37, one of our other scout tanks, who's apparently not dead yet, which is a really good, says something really good about that T-37 driver, considering he had an LTTB and a T-34-1 on him at the same time. Now we're going to push up and hit this Type 59 in the back while he's not looking. Kind of want to plow into him, but that would probably be bad for Btw's health. STA-1 is not exactly the most heavily armored tank in the world, taking out the Type 59 because the guy was just not paying any kind of attention. And now he's going to run up this hill to get away from the FCM-50T and the approaching IS. This is a great little game of like chicken, where he's actually using the hill to get around behind the FCM, and then if he can get far enough around the FCM, he can actually use So he can actually start to use the FCM for cover against the IS. Right now he's using the dead T-59 carcass as cover. Going to keep firing into the top end of the FCM turret. And the FCM is just going to sit there and let him do it. A little bit of help from friendlies, and FCM goes down. And now we're going to progress to killing this IS. Now the IS must have the small gun, Because otherwise there's no way he would fire at an ELC, hit him and do like less than 200 damage. So he must be a stock IS. But I can't tell because I've never driven an IS, so I don't know what the upgrade turret actually looks like on that thing. That's not true. I did drive an IS for like 30 seconds before I sold it as the most horrible tank I've ever driven. Yes, I'm gonna get hate for that. No, I don't care. Beautiful shot into the side of the AMX CDC, which I can't stop but can't help but think of Center for Disease Control every time I say that. Anyways, so nice little duel with the CDC, taking it out in the end, not taking a whole lot of damage off that. Fortunately, with all the epicness that Bartek's been dishing out, our team is still losing! Because of course this is the way every battle goes, right? You're doing awesome! And the team is all dead. Okay, great. That's always how it goes. So, we know that there's an enemy heavy approaching from the other side. It must be the enemy Tiger. It is. He has on more health than we'd like him to be on, taking out our artillery, making it a 2v5. Now, of course, we do have a Panther 2 with us, and he is around here, so it is quite a bit of fire we can put in on the Tiger all at once. Sadly, the first shot into the Tiger doesn't pen and just takes his tracks off. And I've never noticed how much bloom there is on the STA-1's gun, but either Bartek isn't letting his gun sight settle as much as I'd like him to, or this thing is just inaccurate. But I always thought it was a little bit more accurate then. Oh well, doesn't matter. Last shot on the Tiger. Second last shot on the Tiger. Last shot gonna go in right about now. And it's gonna miss. Oh bad. Oh badness, badness, badness. So now our Panther 2 friend is dead. We have an E25 behind us. Artillery is raining shells down, and we are 1 versus 5. So at very least, this is gonna be a nice medal round if Bartek can pull this out. Now he is running for good reason. There's a Ferdinand. He knows it's a Ferdinand and a Tiger 1 up there. There's no point in letting them get flank shots on him while he's trying to deal with this E25. So he kind of fakes that he's going to go around after the E25, and he hunkers down behind this carcass of the CDC, and he's waiting to see if there's anything chasing him. Now, we're going to pause it right here. We're fairly certain there's something chasing him. The reason I know that is that something crossed the cap. Now, most likely that was the Tiger on his way down. So, at very least, we know the Tiger is about here. The Ferdinand was, right around here somewhere. I really do miss my map mods that show me the last known location of things. But anyways, Ferdinand was around here somewhere. He's probably making his way over here as well. Though if he knows what's good for him, capping is the best option for the enemy team right now. But something tells me at 5 versus 1, they think they're going to be able to win it. So they're probably just going to charge him. Which means we're probably going to see the E25 come over this ridge somewhere. Unfortunately, we're just down to the waiting time. Now, ooh, look at that. Probably the enemy Freddy is, in fact, intelligent enough to start capping. E25 misses his only shot, well, takes off our tracks. Repair kit fixes that to enough. Auto-aiming on the E25, gets the killing blow in. And it looks to be only one person on the cap. Artillery is raining shells down, so Bartek's not going to stop moving. He's going to keep twisting and turning. Oops. Good, good, good. Both artillery have fired. They have decently long reloads. That means it's just us versus... There should be a Tiger around here somewhere. Unless, of course, the... Looks more and more like it was the Tiger that went back to cap. It knows Ferdinand. Ferdinand's... Nope. Actually, the Ferdinand's not on the cap. He just looks like he should be on the cap. Beautiful shot. Gold round through the top of the Ferdinand, and I'm starting to lose my voice. Sorry. You will notice that he is out of standard shells, so he has to fire his gold right now. Tiger 1 is capping for some stupid reason. This is not the time to be capping, dude. This is the time to be running. And I'm not going to be able to speak by the end of this. Tiger 1 shows his side and we take him out. Good job. That is our 6th kill. Top Gun award at very least going to Bartek. He's taken out 3 of 5 tanks. Just 2 more will get him a Kolbanovs and a Bradley Walters. And hopefully my voice will hold out for the rest of this video, but I'm kind of doubting it. So just a second, I will take a drink of water. Maybe I'll just be able to stop coughing into the mic. Sorry. Okay. So. And this is the best my voice has been for the last 3 weeks. This is why I haven't been casting. But anyway, so most likely the Lorraine is going to be moving around and trying to light him for the M12. Lorraine is very fast. It's very mobile artillery. It's one of the reasons I like playing it. You can definitely save a lost game in that artillery, as it is one of the most mobile. That and the Crusader, both of them are pretty impressively mobile and awesome tanks. Now he is scouting up here. He does have 5 minutes left in this game, so he has a little bit of time to look around and see if he can catch an artillery doing something silly out in the open. Looks of it, none of them are out in the open. Now I don't know if that means that none of them are trying to scout for him, or if that just means that he just can't see them from where he is. Both options are really viable. So at this point, there really isn't much else he can do except for sprint or advance on the enemy camp. I wouldn't sprint towards the enemy camp. Cap. The reason for this is that if you hang around too long and the enemy starts capping your base before you get to their base, and they both start capping, then they're going to be able to cap before you can turn around and get back. So you want to get to their base and at least start a cap before they start capping on you. The downside to this tactic is if they're sitting in this bush and this bush, you're not going to see them until after they kill you. So Bartek is taking... Ooh, that's the Lorraine. Lorraine apparently cowardly decided to sit back and wait. Both of them in the worst possible spots they could be. This is not where you want to be as artillery, guys. Okay, so we're gonna... Yeah, I can see that coming. We're gonna pause this and zoom out for a little. Okay, so let's say you're in this situation as these 2 artillery. Don't hide back here. One of the worst possible spots you can hide is back here. You're in this situation as artillery. This bush is big enough to hide your tank. I can't zoom out for whatever reason. Probably because I don't have my mods on. But anyways, so this bush here is big enough to hide your tank. You can sit here and wait, and as long as the enemy doesn't come up from an unexpected angle like up here, you can hit them without moving too much. And you can let your gun sight settle in almost entirely before you take that shot, which almost guarantees the hit. And on a tank this low on health, it'll be the kill. The other place you can sit is over here in these bushes. Again, as long as the enemy doesn't come up from an unexpected angle like up here, you can sit and wait and watch these 2 paths until the enemy gets to the point where he starts being comfortable. And unless the enemy aggressively attacks like Bartek did, these 2 locations will make it so that you can put effective fire down on your cap and anyone trying to cap without revealing yourself until the last possible second, when it's way too late for the enemy to do anything bad except for die crying in a corner because they somehow got killed by artillery. And being outplayed by artillery is the singular trolliest thing you can do in this game. If you can outplay somebody in artillery, that is hilarious and the best thing possible. Now, what Bartek is doing is he is outplaying the artillery by running it this far away. He's going to drop off, and now he's going to come back in from an unexpected angle and be able to hit the artillery without the artillery being able to readjust his aim and fire at him. Now you notice that he's not coming back over the same spot. Instead, he's going to circle all the way around, and he's going to be able to shoot this M12 in the side without the M12 having any idea where the shot is coming from until after he's dead. Just going to sneak slowly up here. A little bit more. And, booyah, dead M12. Oops, not enough to kill it, but enough to seriously wound it, and that was a little bit risky, but obviously paid off for the game winning. And with the celebratory, oh, I can't say it, but Bartek did say na 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 or something like that in the chat. Celebratory taunting is always permitted. Great game. 3,400 experience without premium with his daily double. Great showing, mastery badge, fire for effect, duelist, hand of God, and surviving what damage from 4 different enemy vehicles and living. Bruiser, Bradley Walters Kolbanos Medal, steel wall, richly deserved, in a medium tank as well. Defender, high caliber, and subwoofer's Top Gun. This was an excellent game. Didn't kill everybody he shot at. That would have made him legendary. But still amazing game all around, including little bits of spawning damage, where I'm guessing he's taken tracks off and let people get killed or damaged that way. By far the most damage done in the game. I'm fairly certain you can add up, I was about to say the rest of his team combined, but it's not quite that much. Probably these guys, I'll add it up, don't total his. I didn't do the math, but it should be fairly close. It's an impressive amount of damage compared to the rest of his team. Sorry. I'm gonna wrap this up quickly before my voice dies completely. 34 shots fired, 835 damage taken off his armor. He unfortunately lost a bunch of money, though it's ironic, because if he had had premium, he would have made almost the exact same amount that he lost. That's really ironic. And then, of course, a whole bunch of experience. Thank you so much, Bartek, for saying this in. I promise next week I will be casting and recording games in the normal amount of time. I did really want to get a recording in this week. Unfortunately, you can tell by my voice. My voice is not fully recovered, and it will be a little while. I do have some Minecraft videos that will hopefully be going up tomorrow and Sunday, as well as hopefully I'll start getting the Banished up for you guys soon enough. But thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. This is ioEther out. Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more World Tanks. Side scraping. How to counter a player who's side scraping. So the E100 is trying to side scrape. And you can see, let's see where. Ronick is actually firing at the engine deck of the enemy tank. And well, that makes sense because Ronick's gun is actually higher up than the enemy tank's engine deck, so he can aim down. And if he concentrates right, and if he, T-57. Really? How did you miss that shot on the T-57? Really? That was like a free shot. So the enemy 8-on-hunter is getting really pissed that Ronick can somehow penetrate him without being, without exposing enough of his tank so that this guy can kill Ronick. So Ronick's, again, gonna shoot for the engine deck.